Hey, what's up, y'all? I just wanted to make a little breakdown of this song just to explain a lot of the shit I did to go along with dropping the FLP. First of all, I want to say that all this stuff is stock FL. It's all just Flex and 3x oscillator. And then there's like a couple serum effects things, which are usually just dimension, which is like a thing that just adds a little bit of stereo width. It's not a big deal if you don't have that. So first of all, I want to talk about like literally the immediate start of the song. Remember, I found this sample that was supposed to be like, I don't know, like the sound of Richard Casham like connecting the video call, and it just had this weird like rising sound in it, and I was like, oh, that'd be perfect for the start of the song. That's just how I started the song. There's like a couple other things here. There's like this money coins sound. There's a lot of just money sound effects in this song, considering it's about a rich dude and like another dude trying to scam the rich dude. There's like a little reverse brass thing. A lot of brass as well. Right here, this is like the first part of the song. I want to start by talking about these piano chords here. So Richard's music is very based on like, it's very inspired by bossa nova, and something that bossa nova music does a lot is it starts on the 1 chord and then it goes to the 4 chord and then back to the 1 chord. So like this song's in B minor, so the 1 chord would be the B minor chord, which this is like a B minor chord, and then it goes to the 4 chord, which is an E chord. Normally it would be an E minor chord, but that just sounded too dark because this song is really lighthearted, and so I just raised it up to a major chord. And then this is just a 5 chord here. So it's just 1 4 1 5 and then 1 4. And then here it goes to the 6th chord, which is a G chord. Which is a good thing to do sometimes, like replace the 1 chord with a 6 chord. So it'll sound familiar, but it'll sound just a little different. It'll keep it sounding fresh. This is literally just a flex piano. I use this squash knob, which makes it, I mean, it squashes it. Like if I turn this off. I like how it sounded in the song. It's a little punchier. And then the bass here, this is literally 3x oscillator. Nothing crazy happening here. It's just a square wave, saw wave. I like how it sounds though. And then I have a low pass filter on it. Thought this is really obnoxious. And yeah, this is just playing the root notes of the chords. Also, another thing I want to say is like the rhythm of this. There's a lot of offbeats, which is another bossa nova thing. Also, I have just some nice percussion here, cashmere loop. This sample that I use all the time. In the second half, I am bringing some more stuff, so there's this little brass thing. Which that delay on there is this plugin called Lo-Fi Space. But yeah, that's like the one time I use that in this song, so you don't have to worry about it outside of that. And then little cashmere drum break. If you don't know what Sound of Cashmere is, I highly recommend checking it out. Like, it's like the best sample pack ever, in my opinion. And then one other thing I want to talk about is the vocals. So Richard's voice is like, it's got some effects on it. Oops. What it normally is. So it's got like some downsampling, which I did with serum effects. Not on a high mix, so it's not too obnoxious. That's kind of gross. And then radio filter, because it would sound weird if his voice was in like high quality when he's on like this shitty computer. So I have a little synth that's just playing the same melodies of vocals, just to, I don't know, give him a bit of a helping hand. more helpful with Casham's voice because his voice is really weird. Because his voice is like, doesn't have much tone to it, so adding an instrument there that's playing the melody just helps the melody be like easier to hear. We did make a new voice for Casham recently, but that's not in this song. So then on to this part. The piano and the bass are just a little more complicated, just to give it some more energy. Yeah, so just a little groovier melody. A lot more shit going on in the bass line. Goes up an octave at a lot of parts. Then we bring in all these drums. You can see the claps kind of start a little before the beat. It makes it feel just a little looser. I think that fits this song. Yeah, that's basically all that's in this part. Same piano, same bass line, just bringing the drums. You can see the little synth goes out. I don't know why I did that, but it sounds okay. I have this like string that's just holding one note. There's just contexts where it sounds nice to do it. It just gives it some more like ambience, I guess. And then I bring in some different drum loops. A lot of bossa nova type drum loops in this song. Just to, you know, sell that Richard style more. The DPZ sweeper. If you download this FLP, that sample's yours. And then, you know, more brass. And it's just the piano again. You can hear this is the same melody from the start. It's just the turn switches happen more often. So here it's like Richard sings the whole 4 bars and then Casham sings the next 4 bars. But then this time it's like they turn switch every bar. Whoops. And then this part, different melody. Something that a lot of FNF composers do not do is repeat. But that's actually a good thing. You should repeat things, because that's how your song stays catchy. If you don't repeat anything, then how is someone supposed to remember any melodies when there's like 100 different melodies across the song and none of them repeated? There's this money counter sound. I just thought it would be funny to put this in. I hear that in like rap songs all the time, so it'd be funny to just put it in like not a rap song, but it fits the whole money theme, obviously. And this part, there's a lot to talk about here. So first of all, so it starts the same, but it goes to some different things in the second half of it. Yeah, it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. And then I have some different drums here. This is a very bossa nova type groove. It's just really fast compared to a lot of bossa nova music. It can only be much slower. And there's some like weird fills in here, like some disc scratches. And then like weird drumline thing. This is just like, I don't know, I like doing this. It fits the goofy style. So like all this together. And yeah, the melody here, I decided to do like a slower melody to contrast the other parts. And originally, I was going to have Casham sing that melody again here, and then Richard just do like the long notes or something, but it sounded like shit with Casham singing it, just because his voice doesn't really work for long notes. So I just had Richard sing like basically the same melody. It's a little different. And then Casham sings like this fast. I really like how that turned out, even though it wasn't what I was planning to do. And then I kind of carry the momentum from that into the next part. If you establish like some sort of groove with your other stuff in your song, like piano and bass in this case, so the vocals kind of lock in with that same groove. You can see like the accents of it are kind of in the same places that there's piano chords. Also, another thing that I did is, since this part of the song is basically the same instrumentally as the start, minus this extra thing, I have the like radio thing and just all the samples that were right at the start play again. So it kind of feels like the song's starting over, but not quite, because the melodies are different. Because the instrumental here is like literally the same, minus this guitar. That's another thing, is like repeating a whole section of the song just with like one thing that's different. It might sound lazy, but I mean, if you just do it tastefully, it'll make your song just more memorable and more catchy. And yeah, this part again is like that same concept. The same as this part. The only difference is that the bass line has like this shitty flex guitar on top of it. I like how it sounds. And I have this like guitar scream just to signal to you that there's going to be a guitar coming up. Also, forgot to point this out earlier. That is the Richard sample. That's in every song that Richard's in. You have this cash register. It's just like his signature. And then the second part of this, different melody, mostly the same instrument. They both sing at the end. That's one thing that I did just to make it more climactic. And then the one thing in the instrumental that's different is this brass shit, which sounds pretty bad on its own. It's just samples. I took a piece out of like a brass loop. It's just one note, and then pitched it around in the context of the rest of the song. Sounds good. It gets the point across. And yeah, that's basically it for the song. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask.